Milo Yiannopoulos. Listen, I'm going to be honest. I'll never be able to spell Milo Yiannopoulos' last name, okay? Never once in my life have I taken the gamble of typing out Milo Yiannopoulos' last name and then just like without some autocorrect, okay? Generally, I just like autocorrect won't autocorrect his last name, by the way. When I have to type out Milo's like last name, I Google his name and I copy paste it, all right? There's a little bit of behind the scenes lore, okay? For a long time, at least as long as I've been doing politics, Milo has been completely irrelevant. It was actually kind of sad that I got into politics after Milo's relevancy because he was never somebody that I ever talked about because his career crashed and burned so hard, okay? There's an important rule you have to remember about conservatives, okay? Most conservatives will accept you if you're gay. And most conservatives will accept you if you're a pedophile. But if you're a gay pedophile, you're out, okay? You're out. So let's talk about Milo's career and why he is back in the spotlight and why anybody gives a fuck about him right now, okay? So Milo is a formerly gay, conservative British boy who, is he a pedo? We'll talk about that in a moment. A formerly gay, conservative British boy who, I gotta say, had some good style. Can we look up a picture of Milo Yiannopoulos right now? I think Milo actually did a really good job of, we talked about this in my previous video on Blair White, of making conservatism look cool during the Gamergate days. Milo's peak of popularity was Gamergate, okay? He played hard into the Gamergate shit, and he was part of making the right, particularly online, look like, hey, we don't care who you are, gay, black, straight, whatever. We don't care. Just let's make fun of some lib cucks. Let's make fun of some SJWs. That was how he made the online right look, and I gotta say, it was extremely effective. And he experienced quite a bit of success from this, and that's good for him and all that. Nice, cool, very very fun, great. Unfortunately, though, through a combination of really unfortunate events for him, his career crashed and burned pretty damn quick. I think this was back in 2018 that this happened, maybe a little bit earlier. I think it was early 2018 is when this happened. So the first thing that affected his career very badly was he started getting banned from a lot of mainstream platforms, most notably Twitter. And every single alternative he would go to, he got banned. Now, typically, for most online content creators, this would be the end of your career. Once you get banned from so many mainstream outlets, you're basically stuck with a very small percentage of your fan base that is so dedicated to you that they'll follow you to the ends of the earth to see you talk about things or see your content, right? It almost completely eliminates your ability to pick up new people. This is one of the big reasons why someone like Nick Fuentes' career is going to go down the fucking toilet very, very soon. Nick Fuentes has been banned from everything, but ironically, Twitter. Twitter still has him verified for some reason, which is says a lot about Twitter and their concern for Nazis being verified in their platform. But he's been banned from basically every streaming and video sharing platform besides, well, actually, he just got banned from DLive recently. I don't know where he's going to go now. I have no idea what he's going to do now. Maybe Facebook, if he's not banned there yet? I have no clue. But let's say, for example, let's go back in time to when Nick Fuentes was still on DLive, right? So when he was on DLive, right? Sure, he had a place where he could stream. Obviously, he had fans uploading clips of him on YouTube, but those got taken down and those didn't get a lot of traction. When you're pushed to a platform like DLive, sorry, you're done. The most important thing for an online content creator is that you're able to reach a new audience, and you just can't do that. Exactly. Hot Dab says, what the fuck is DLive? My exact point right there. My exact fucking point. Most people don't go on DLive. PewDiePie used to stream on DLive because he got a brand deal there. He doesn't stream there anymore. Nobody is on DLive anymore, okay? Nobody gives a fuck about DLive, okay? The streaming platforms are Twitch and YouTube, and that's it. The other platforms you can stream on, Mixer, is that still around? Facebook Gaming, I guess, is the streaming service for Facebook, has like a percent of the overall viewership of streaming online, like live streaming. It's just your career's done when you get banned from too many mainstream platforms. You just can't reach new people. Your relevance is just gone, right? So Milo faced that hurdle, but he still had his base fan. He still had his base audience, right? Like his very close audience that would follow him to the ends of the earth. But then Milo did a no-no. Like I said, conservatives are fine with pedophilia, okay? Never forget this, okay? Conservatives are fine, completely fine with pedophilia. In fact, I think I saved an image earlier of some news articles that help to affirm this point, because I see a lot of conservatives in my comments get mad when I say that conservatives like pedophilia. Where is it? Should be in this file here. It was a collage of news articles. Fuck, I don't think did I save it? I should have saved it. If I didn't save it, I'll be very disappointed in myself. It's a very useful little collage of news stories. Doesn't look like I did. I'm not seeing it in my main folder. Is it in this one? Not here. Definitely not here. Anyway, I'll summarize the image for you. It's basically a big old collage of news stories that range anywhere from conservatives fight to protect child marriage and insert state, or conservatives block Democratic motion to ban child marriage, and so on. Conservatives have endlessly fought to keep child marriage alive and well in this country. Conservatives, as much as they virtue signal about it, at least the politicians, I'm not going to say every conservative voter is a pedophile, fucking obviously, but conservative politicians, broadly speaking, have fought tooth and nail to preserve child marriage in this country, and I'm going to go ahead and say that for the most part, conservatives don't give a fuck about pedophilia. Not really. They virtue signal about it. They don't really care. If they can use it as ammo against LGBT people and push some narrative that the gays are pedophiles, then they'll do it. But besides that, they don't really care. If conservatives actually cared about pedophilia, they would have not congregated on places like 4chan and 8chan. Because guess what? Guess what? Two things are really popular on 4chan and 8chan. Well, before 8chan got blown up. Two things: conservatives and Nazis, just far-right people in general, and gratuitous amounts of child porn. Granted, I haven't seen it myself, but these are the eyewitness accounts I've been told, right? So, yeah. Weird that, like, the number one conservative messaging boards on the internet, like 4chan and 8chan, were plagued with oceans of child pornography. Who would have thought? So Milo Yiannopoulos broke the big rule. He was gay and, while himself not a pedophile, quite generous to pedophilia, right? So essentially, what Milo did was he talked about a story where he explored his sexuality. It might have been a joke. It came off as a joke to me when I saw the clip, but he's elaborated on it and says he was serious about how he thinks he benefited from being molested by a priest, a male priest, when he was a young boy. Might have been a camp counselor, something like that, right? And he said that a lot of young gay boys could benefit from having an older gay man teach them how to give good head, was the exact quote. He said that his guidance counselor, priest, whatever it was, when he was a young boy, taught him how to give good head. That was it, guys. That was the nail in the coffin on Milo Yiannopoulos' career. Can't do that. You can't do that. You can't be a conservative figure and be cool with gay pedophilia. Normal pedophilia, Sure. Normal pedophilia. Straight pedophilia. Sure. Gay pedophilia, though? Conservatives won't allow that. They're not okay with that, guys. They're not okay with that. Normal pedophilia. That came off wrong in multiple ways. It came off as both homophobic and almost pedophilic, or generous to pedophilia. I don't know. I don't know the exact wording for it. But yeah, conservatives weren't happy for this. So the combination of Milo being banned off of every relevant platform and the horrible PR he engaged in when he said that basically destroyed his career. The last time I heard about Milo before this drama was when he was complaining on Parler, Telegram, some irrelevant thing that he wasn't able to pay his rent. Don't get me wrong, I'm not happy when any person can't pay their rent, but like, Milo might be one of the biggest pieces of shit in the world. He's a Nazi, by the way. Pretty well known. He's a JQer. His fucking computer password was some Nazi dog whistle shit. It was like Long Knives 1488 or some shit. It was something involving like something bad happening to Jews was like the number. It's some date involving something bad happening to Jews or involving Nazis. And then Long Knives, which is whenever it wasn't Kristallnacht. It was the Long Knives. 1290. Yeah. It's when like the Jews got exiled or some shit. And then the Long Knives thing was when the it wasn't Kristallnacht. That's shattered. That's the Night of Shattered Glass. It's a different thing from the Night of Long Knives. The Long Knives thing was when the Nazi Party turned on the socialists and communists in their party and murdered them. Because the Nazi Party, during its rise to power, sort of based their platform on a populist, pro-worker, anti-Jew type thing, right? But they were not pro-worker and they were not pro-communism. In fact, the Nazis as we know them now, Hitler and so on, the Hitler loyalists, you could say, did not like communism. But communism was very popular, and they had a very populist platform, so they came off as very borderline socialist, borderline communist, really pro-worker, and then very socially conservative, saying that the Jews were the Strasserites, right? Those are the people they executed. So yeah, Milo Yiannopoulos is a Nazi. I don't give a shit if his career crashes and burns, obviously. So considering that Milo has been so irrelevant and his career has been so done for so long, I guess Milo finally got pushed too far. Out of such a desperation to save his career, he decided to come out as ex-gay and will now be advocating quite hard for gay conversion therapy. I've already read a couple articles on this. I can just basically give you the rundown. He's not serious. He's not ex-gay. Guys, I'm sorry. Being gay isn't a choice. Really hot take. Really, being gay isn't a lifestyle or a choice is a really hot take. A very new, fresh out of the oven take in 2021. But yeah, it's not a choice. Just like being straight's not a choice. Like, for example, and this is the weird thing that this is something weird that I always thought about the conservative types that say being gay is a choice, because it implies that, like, they could decide to be gay. I don't know about them, but, like, I can't imagine seeing a big, voluptuous, beautiful pair of boobs and not popping a boner. I just can't imagine that, okay? That's not a scenario I can picture in my head. It's just not possible, okay? And I can't imagine seeing a dick and also popping a boner. I just can't do it. I just can't do it. So the implication when conservatives say that is that if they could choose to be gay, which is perhaps underlies some predilections, you know, maybe some motivation behind why so many conservatives are so vehemently homophobic. Maybe they're projecting or hiding a little something or lying to themselves, you know? But yeah, so this is not a serious thing. Milo is not actually ex-gay, all right? And also, I'm pretty sure he's engaged. Doesn't Milo Yiannopoulos have, like, a husband? I'm pretty sure he's, like, married or engaged. Who is Milo Yiannopoulos' husband? Activist says he's ex-gay and sodomy-free after 3 years of marriage. Yeah, he's been married to a man for 3 years. He said he's demoted to roommate, so they're just roommates now. I want to be very clear with this, by the way. When there aren't cameras out, or anybody there that might talk about it, Milo's getting his butthole absolutely just gaped, all right, by his roommate, all right? He is not ex-gay now. They fucking, all right? They are fucking. They're fucking right now. They're fucking right now. They are. Milo has a penis in his asshole right now. And you know what? That's A-okay. However, Milo is not A-okay as a person. This whole ploy, this whole ex-gay thing is a desperate, pleading call for attention. That's all this is. This whole thing is not worth covering his response. It's not worth coming up with any arguments or anything like that. All we should do with this story is laugh. Point and laugh. That is it. I want you to Pepe point right now, okay? That is all that this deserves, okay? Milo is irrelevant. He does not deserve for this drama to reignite his career. All this should be is us laughing at him for the irrelevant turd that he is and how desperate he is to claw his way back into some kind of spotlight, all right? So yeah, not worth like a full-on like detailed response or super, in-depth debunking of the shit he's saying. Just letting all of you know, don't pay attention to this guy. Don't go watch like the video of him talking about it or whatever. Don't even talk about him. Just watch me talk about him, okay? Just ignore him. Let his career die. This is his final flailing gasp for relevance, okay? And just let him fucking die. Just let his career die, okay? Don't feed the fire, okay? As small and flickering as the fire is, just don't reignite it, okay? Don't kindle it. Anyway, thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like. It really helps. It really, really does. And a comment. The comments help the algorithm as well. Really, really it does. The comments really help. If you haven't already, you can sub and ring the bell icon so you actually get notified whenever I upload a new video or go live or anything like that. You can also follow me on Twitter and Instagram, the link's in the description, and join my fan Discord, the link in the description. I really appreciate that. I got a cool community going on in my Discord. It's a good place. You should definitely join if you can afford to and you feel like doing it. You can also support me financially by donating or subscribing or gifting a sub on my website, xanderhall.com/live. You can do that right now. I'm live. Look, I got a dono goal right there. You can make that bar fill up. You can make the bar go boo. As well as subbing through the join button on YouTube or super chatting on YouTube. And you can also sub to me on Patreon. There's plenty of ways, depending on what you want to do, if you feel like it. And yeah, I appreciate your support. Your financial support is how I am able to continue to do this for a living. So yeah, thank you for watching and have a good one.